some horses. Country life. Yay! Hi, this video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a bit different from our previous vlogs. We're going to keep quite a tight subject on this. The Layhams is something we're really happy with, and we're super proud of how it turned out, how it rides, what it looks like. It certainly feels like a step up in the kind of overall aesthetic of what we're doing here at Bowman. Proud of that, and we wanted to tell the world the development story as much as anything else and how we've gone through everything. So this video is going to be that development story, how the process sort of how we went through the process. Right now we're about 6 weeks away from the product being ready to ship, and there's still actually a few available for pre-order. If this video does tickle your fancy, you can check out the frame and some more details on the website, which is going to be here somewhere, a link in the description. For you guys that have been watching the videos, we wanted to offer the discount for you if you are interested in the pre-order. So YouTube into the coupon code, that'll get you 10% off. You'll get your Layhams full stainless steel triple butted frame in black or red for £1,260. Morning, just figured while the light's nice, before the sun comes up and the builders next door start smashing the kitchen to pieces, I would go through the Layhams and the development process a bit, really, sort of tell you a few details, a few ideas. Here are production sample. There's that one, and this is the first ever prototype. When we first started the bike, we wanted to make a high quality winter training bikes you use all the time. You end up probably doing more miles on a winter training bike than you would on your proper race bike. This was a 7046 aluminium version. Geometry wise similar to a Palace, but just with a tiny bit of extra length in the rear end. Two reasons: one to fit mudguards, one to get a bit of extra stability, a little bit less responsive nervousness playing landing in city airport. So more stable geometry basically, without feeling slow and ponderous. As you'd expect, full mudguard fittings, kind of probably make out quite a rectangular chainstay. Cast drop out with mudguard and everything else on. One thing that was important to us was Di2 ready. Different from Palace is threaded BB. As before, tapered head tube, 1 1/8 inch and a half, 1.5. During this process we were also developing a fork. The fork crown was used across 3 models. A quick release version for a winter bike, flat mount version, and a flat mount through axle version. We met somebody from a stainless steel manufacturer, and looking at the costs, it was something we had to explore. So we got a sample. Didn't bother painting the sample, we got a little bit of branding on it. One of those went to an ex-pro that I ride with. Big guy, tall guy, valued opinion. So that bike had just external cable routing. That brings us on to this. So this is a painted version of the prototype sample. Obviously no dismounts on this one. Again, threaded BB, paint job with master painting, polished at the rear end. It just wipes clean. No paint to chip off on the chainstays, no paint to chip off around the dropouts. They mask this whole area, bead blast it, or Scotch Brite the whole thing, then mask it and bead blast the logos. Finally, you have the mask painted stainless Bowman under the down tube. Polished contrast down there, which brings us on to the cable routing. We wanted to try something to develop for a number of different models. As you know, we're big fans of external cable routing for ease of maintenance. These 2 Allen keys hold that on place. Take that off. There's your Di2 cable routing, so you just leave that removable mechanical. This is what the production Layhams looks like. The same removable cable guides. We had a slight difference at the rear dropout. On the aluminium one we had 2 separate mounts for. On the stainless we've ended up with one. Similar tyre clearance. As you can see, plenty of room down at the BB. Didn't end up going for rack mounts on the chainstays. because they're shaped here, you end up with not a very clean mount here. We ended up doing some testing with a tubus rack which mounts at the brake mount. Fits fully loaded panniers on anyway. If you didn't want to run bike packing bags from the likes of Apogee and Outkit, you could stick a nice tubular chromoly rack on there, or commuting or something like that. From what everyone has been saying on social media and when we've visited press, everyone seems to like it. One other thing, if I can find it, this is what the black version will look like. Yeah, same glossy paint finish, same graphics, black or red. Quite looking forward to seeing the black production version, but hopefully there's a little bit in there that's of interest to you guys. I need to pop the prototype forks on there, take it for a test ride. So do that. Next time I see you, I'll be on the Layhams in the lanes with a new fork on, hopefully. So until then. Morning. Just got to Crocken Hill, meeting Scott at the post office. Yeah, 20 minutes up here, and the new forks are on. The only thing I can say so far in that 20 minutes is didn't notice them. When you don't notice something and you're happy with what's replaced, it's always a good sign. So, oh look, some horses. Country life. Yay!
Only 10 minutes late.
Taking my crown.
Taking Andy Robinson's crown.
There is that. We took a turning we've never done before, and as is often the case, we've ended up on dirt. It's fun, man. It's good. It's quite steep down there though. You look happy, brother.
Yeah, service course tyres, not great.
Scott, every ride seems to involve a lot of fat and a lot of sugar.
Yeah, basic diet.
What are you doing anyway?
I'm just looking at the new Bowman vlog. Can I be in the vlog?
Back from the first test ride on the new prototype forks. 1 second. Originally, when we've been test riding this Layhams, first set of forks we had were these. Really good, accurate steering fork, fixings for mud guards, all the boxes ticked. There's always room for improvement. That stiffness, the trade-off was without a big tyre on. Yeah, you might have got a little bit more road vibration than was ideal. At 400 odd grams, could be a little bit lighter. Getting on a bike first thing in the morning and going to meet someone to try and get somewhere on time is often quite a good way of working out. If you get there and you don't notice something, that's probably more realistic than if you go out with a specific idea of testing stiffness, comfort, lots of other things. Basically, preconceived ideas, you often find what you're looking for. In the first 20-minute ride you don't notice anything. That's always a good sign, because at least there's no negative comparison. But by the end of the ride, one thing I did notice is that they were substantially comfier. Sort of hands felt a lot less tired at the end of a ride. Long story short, we're moving from this fork to that fork. Probably in another vlog, once I've taken those forks off, and before I put these on, I'm going to weigh them both next to each other and see how they compare directly. Not that weight's a massive thing, but it's always good to know. We've kind of gone over how we developed the projects, what has worked, what hasn't worked, what we've changed. Thinking about it, this probably about 14 months, 15 months since we started actually signing off on drawings to getting the production frames finally through. 12 to 18 months is generally how long it takes us to develop something. So this is probably a little bit longer thinking about it. I'd need to go through the dates. Obviously, it's the first steel frame we've done. It's the first frame we've gone through 2 different materials in the development process. One day we may well do an Audax winter long drop frame out of aluminium, but for now the Layhams will be launched as a stainless steel bike, and really happy with it. Hopefully you guys like it as much as it would appear from all the positive feedback we got on all our social media. As always, if you do have any specific questions, please do let us know. Get in touch normal ways. Mail the info@bowman-cycles.com email address. You can comment on the videos themselves. You can message us through various social media platforms. So I'm going to wrap this up now. That is the Layham story. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching the video if you made it this far, and we shall see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Cheers.